Hi guys, it's Yishan here. I'm back once again with my friend Bailey. For those of you that don't know, he got first place at a Phantom Rage box tournament with a Zoodiac deck. And he actually did a profile with me on my channel, and it's actually my most viewed video on my entire channel ever. So thank you for that, Bailey. I appreciate that.
No problem, Yishan.
Okay, so should we get started and take a look at this duel then?
Yes, I'll go ahead and show you guys how we beat one of our hard matchups in the past.
Okay, so here we go. Let's see what happens. Rock, paper, scissors.
So I know that Franco is a known dinosaur player, but I ought to go first because he didn't know what he was playing for this tournament. So I will start by activating the Tenki.
You decide to grab, I think it was, Thoroughblade here.
Thoroughblade, yes. And then since I'm not entirely sure what he's playing yet, I go ahead and normal summon the Thoroughblade, discarding the Ram to see if I can draw anything better because my hand wasn't that good. It was a Tanky, which isn't going to help me, so I'm just going to make a Trident that can be protected from impermanence by Tiger Mortaring the Ram.
I see, okay. So this is
Then,
like kind of just like an okay start, not the greatest, but I guess acceptable, maybe is the word.
yeah, it's decent, but not against Dinosaur.
Now I noticed you slightly played around Nibiru too as well.
Yes.
Is this something you do going first a lot? If you can?
I always do this. I always go just to the fourth summon because there's no point going further.
Okay.
Because if you get nibbed, you're in big trouble.
So I'm looking at Franco's hand, and it looks pretty stacked, to be honest. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks pretty juiced.
Yeah, it really is. But we'll see. I try to play through what he had. But there's not much you can do when you see the miscellaneous come down.
Yes, a miscellaneous source. This seems to be the biggest prom card in this matchup.
Especially you can't Nibiru them, can't imperm anything, can't Trident. So I'm just a sitting duck here. After I saw the missile, I was like, oh, this ain't looking good at all. So he summons the Jeweled Beast, and then you'll just see him combo off. What was your question?
My question was, I noticed, I was going to say that Franco does a smart thing where he doesn't play out the Lost World, because you can't even use the Trident on any of his monsters anyway. So if he plays out Lost World, you're just going to get the Poppet for free at this point, so you actually hold on to it.
Yeah, I believe that's why he also held on to it. There's no point for him to activate it.
Okay, and you can't do
full
anything.
combo.
Yeah, you can't do anything about this Jeweled because he has missed. Okay, so the baby summons out the Overraptor.
And then the Overraptor is going to get a search Ulu Raptor. Miscellaneo, broken combo. So we're just going to see him combo off for now because I cannot do anything to any of his plays. Okay. He has free reign because Miscellaneous Source is a broken card. So you double Evil Pills here, and I have to chain the Trident to get a pop because if not, it's going to be too late. He's going to use CT anyway.
Right, and there's a secure Gardener, which is not a dinosaur. It's poppable here.
He goes ahead and activates the baby to set up for next turn with another missile. I think he should have went for Giant Rex. I'm not entirely sure why he decided to use all his missiles here. Probably to flex. As you'll see, I'm in big trouble. He has 2 Imperms, a Nibiru, and a Lost World. There isn't very much I can do.
Forces out an Imperm here.
Doesn't matter, doesn't do anything right now. And then he finally activates the Lost World. Goes ahead and kills it. I do not have a Whiptail, and even if I did, I wouldn't be able to activate it anyway.
Right, because it was face down, yeah.
Yes.
But at least you're alive.
Yes, at least I'm alive. Not for long.
No, it's funny. I always think when my opponent sets a card in the same column as a face down eye control, it's just like it telegraphs impermanence to me, I guess.
Yeah, it's most definitely imper. And then I go ahead and nib here because miscellaneous source only affects that main phase that it activated in.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's something I didn't. That I
Yeah.
might not have known. Okay.
So all his cards go bye-bye. But there isn't very much that I can do knowing or considering his back row, which I didn't know about when I was playing this match.
I see. I see. Ooh.
So I draw the Twin Twister, and this is probably one of the times where I would wish it was Feather Duster.
Right, because actually, a Feather Duster could have really helped you this game a lot.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Twin Twister is actually fine here. You just can't afford to discard the card at this point in the game.
Then yeah, this would be perfect.
But I do
I
agree.
have to go for the tanky.
You have to go for the tanky because you can't just pass. He's got miscellaneous source in his graveyard.
Exactly. There's another play that I have. I have to go for it. I see that he has enough for an Oviraptor next turn, so I'm in big trouble. I'm checking everything just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I go for a rat because I want to dump combo to try to draw into something next turn. Maybe survive again.
I see. So you go to try to dump the combo, just because now you kind of have to be greedy because you'll fall behind. I guess is what you're saying. If you don't,
Yeah. So I go for the Borbo. I just want to attack directly, just so I can go into Zeus. But I was not considering Nibiru. I was trying to get as many materials as I could onto the Zeus.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, a 4 material Zeus is 5 summons, no matter what you do, unless you sort of do some Tiger Mortar attaching.
Exactly.
Right. I see.
Yeah. But he wanted to nib me on the Hammer Kong. I went a bit too fast for this, so told me to slow down, and then he went ahead and Nibiru'd me on the Hammer Kong.
I see.
Yeah.
And now you get a big Nibiru token.
No, it's Nibiru's only original attack.
Only original attack. Okay.
Yeah, so that token that he tributes himself is still 0/0.
Okay, so now let's just
Go ahead and fast forward this.
fast forward to this defeat. So you shuffle back.
So I shuffle back my cards, draw into nothing. Basically.
You were just hoping
like
for hand trap or something? Okay.
I was hoping for just anything. At this point, I was in trouble.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he top decked Oviraptor, but it didn't matter. He had Missile Engrave anyway.
Yeah.
So the writing is on the wall.
Here comes the combos.
And once he gets through my 2 back row, I just scoop because the writing is on the wall.
Do some stuff, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. Got it. So, okay, game 1 didn't quite go your way. What's your side deck plan against dinosaurs when at this moment?
So in this tournament, I had 13 cards in the side deck for Dino.
Mm-hmm. By the way, the deck profile will be in description, of course. So if you guys want,
yes, go ahead and check that guy.
Yeah,
check that out, guys. I explained the side for the Dino matchup. So I sided in the 3 Lancias, 3 DD Crows, 3. We got 3 Judgment, 3 basically everything except for the Veilers. And I sided out like the Nibiru's, Twin Twisters, basically stuff that would be dead against them, except for Book of Moon, because Book of Moon is actually not bad against them.
I see.
Once they enter battle phase, you just Book of Moon their stuff.
Okay, so and did you opt to go first or second when you post board? What do you usually like to do against?
I decided to go second because dinosaurs like to go second to get more value out of the UCT and the extra draw. So I was just hoping he didn't make a big board that I can't out.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's take a look at what happened. Let's take a look. Let's see.
Yeah.
Some chatting going on.
Yeah. Basically, he didn't know that it was post PHRA. He would have played something fun
Oh, really?
if he knew, but he decided to try to win instead.
I can see
So
this.
he played something he's familiar with.
Your clutch decision to go second, pretty good here.
Yes, exactly.
He's expected you to go first, but you didn't. So he just
Yeah.
Wow, he passes.
He just passes.
Even with I guess he didn't want to go commit anything. I can sort of understand.
There
that.
isn't very much he could actually do. I guess he could normal OV add a baby.
Okay, so you're here. You have tanky. So in this position, what do you grab? What are you thinking about when you decide what to grab off this tanky?
So I didn't see an ogre or anything, so I thought Thoroughblade would be good, but also Imperm's a scary card too, so I could also opt for Ram, which is what I think I did here.
Okay, I guess Ram is always the safest bet, huh?
Because I don't want to lose to a random hand trap.
Okay.
Like Ghost Ogre or Gamma.
Icy City stack.
I forgot to put the... So what I misplayed here, I should have attacked with a Chakanine and then main phase 2 slapped on the Trident. So that I am not susceptible to Lightning Storm.
Ah, I see. You can put the Zoodiac in defense.
Yes.
That's better anyway. So you get the damage. You get the damage and the defense. Okay, that's a good note. Yeah. A slight
misplay. But I had the Imperial Order, so I wasn't too worried. So when you see here, he Lightning Storms, and I just chain Imperial Order.
And here comes his... And he grabs his Miso. Okay.
Yeah.
But your back row
and
is...
This is where Ice Dragon's Prison comes in very handy.
Oh, yeah, because if you chain it to the discard effect, you can actually banish both. Oh, baby.
Exactly.
Feels good.
And look at that hand stacked with Crows and Lancia. So I misplayed last turn. I should have Trident popped the Imperial Order. Or popped the Tenki just to have a monster in the graveyard to summon off Chakanine next turn.
Ooh,
But since I didn't do that, I just popped it now.
I see.
But I also decided, wait, Trident is not too bad in this position, so I'll keep playing it out.
I see. So you go here. Now I understand. Like the Megaclops is like almost like a guaranteed win. A guaranteed win against Dinosaur most of the time, right?
Most of the time, but there's stuff like Imperm, Lightning Storm you have to worry about still.
I see. Okay. All right. So you decide to go for, I guess, just a bunch of damage on this turn.
Yeah, I just went for damage.
Okay.
Megaclops loses to like an Imperm or any other form of spell or trap removal.
Okay.
And I want to keep Imperial Order, so I don't need to go for Zeus.
I see. Okay. So here we go.
I have a lot of hand traps to keep me alive, so I'm not too worried in this position.
I see. So swinging for some damage here. Taking out a 700.
Yep.
And he
imperms. Tries to imperm.
I see.
The Beedrill.
The Beedrill, okay.
And then, so I'm going to chain my Trident to target the Beedrill. So that the Imperm cannot negate the Imperial Order, because Imperm has to negate the target to be able to negate its column.
Yeah, it says, then, right? Target negates effects until the end turn, then. So yeah, it implies that it actually has to negate that thing's effects. I think you were telling me something about another play you could have
Yeah.
done here.
So I misplayed there. What I should have done to keep the drill driver, and I didn't think about this until when it was too late. I should have Trident target the Imperm. So Imperm has to stay on the field for the effect to negate in the column to resolve.
Yeah, it actually says that on the card, and is on the
Yeah,
field at resolution. Interesting. Yeah,
I remembered because I used to play Sky Striker, and I was like, wait, you can MST in Imperm, and it won't negate that column anymore.
very
But
interesting.
I didn't think about that until after I popped the drill driver.
I see. Okay.
But Imperial Order is still alive,
Yeah, that's the
and
most
I have
important thing.
a lot of hand traps to stay alive.
Okay, so let's see what Franco goes for here. Okay, so you're just telling him that you should have popped the Imperm instead of your own drill driver. He goes
Yeah.
for the Archosaur and pops a Petite. Good old standard stuff. Petite summoning out. What is he gonna get here?
Ooh,
Okay,
Raptor.
interesting. The Oviraptor. Oviraptor trying to get. What was he get here? Of course, Miscellaneousaurus, best card. But look at your hand. Your hand is like basically prepared. It was waiting for this moment, basically.
Yep.
Blah blah blah. Franco's like, yeah, since you got rid of your own monster, you're taking less from what's it called, the conductor. And you're like, nah, bro, I'm not taking anything from conductor.
I'm not taking anything with me.
Yeah, nah, bro, I'm chilling. Okay,
Yeah,
so
he does an interesting play here. We'll see.
I see. So he's going to try to pop the Imperial Order.
And
Oh, you
successful.
chain! Since you know he has the
Double evil pill,
double evil,
exactly.
so now is a great time to chain. Man, that's just nasty right there.
And I'm not entirely sure uh, why he just skips his battle phase.
Yeah, he could have attacked one of these monsters, right? It doesn't
Yeah,
make much
he
sense.
just goes straight to main phase 2 and ends. And I was like, did I miss something? I'm like, huh. So I just drop return
Yeah, that must be
once
like
I
a.
realized. Maybe he was afraid of double whiptail. I don't know.
But at this point, you're kind of chilling because you get the Zeus out now.
Yeah, I could just.
Or actually,
Kill
you might
him.
even go for the. Oh, he crows your Chakanine
But he
here.
crows me.
Okay.
But that's nothing too bad to deal with. I can just Zeus, not a problem.
So you get one material or one activation Zeus with a Trident and a
All we need
Judgment.
and a judgment, exactly. And the writing is on the wall here.
Yeah. So I'll
He
just
can
fast forward
activate the
here.
double evil pill, and I can judgment that. And then he can set that, doesn't matter.
Yeah, just cleared at the end phase, and then you got game.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Now, this game was a lot harder. He made me go first because dinosaurs are pretty good against Zoodiacs.
yeah, especially when
And yeah, especially when they have Miscellaneousaurus in hand with Pot of Extract.
so you just kept your deck exactly the same from. Or do you
Yes.
make any changes? Okay, exactly the same.
I made 0 changes from the second game.
All right, so here we go. Final game here. Again, you open Tanky. So you decide to grab a Thoroughblader, I guess, because that's the missing piece out of your Zoodiac.
Yeah. And I had Call by the Grave, so I wasn't losing to Ghost Ogre if he had that.
I see. Okay, draw another Ram, which is okay.
Yeah. And then, of course, you make the Trident that cannot be impermed.
I see. So in this case, I would expect a lot of players to go for a Trident and a ending on a Ram that's not a material. Is there? So you just decided to play it really safe again?
Yeah,
Okay, interesting.
because if he has imperm, then that Trident is not gonna have its effect.
I see.
But if
Okay.
you have Ram attached, you can negate the imperm.
So here we go. Here it comes.
So
So
he goes ahead.
yeah, I was thinking like there is some like thought to firing off this Lancia right away, but I guess you want to get some sort of value out of it.
I don't want to lose the Gamma. That's why.
I see. Okay.
Some dinosaur players are playing Gamma, and there, you see he drew the imperm, and that's why we have the Ram under the Trident. Situations like this.
So to start the
He got a
misso.
miss. And my friend pointed out that I should have just Call by the Grave instead of letting it resolve first. Completely right. I should have done that.
Right.
But I'm too used to letting it resolve and then decrowing it.
Right. Because if you call by the grave it now, then it doesn't get the protection effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas
so
once you do it later. Yeah, okay.
I'm just too used to letting it resolve and then decrowing it because if you chain DD Crow to a miscellaneous, they can chain a second one.
Right.
So I'm not too worried here. I have my Trident still. And here's a misplay. I popped the Oviraptor even though I know he has Pankratops. I should have just let it go through and play my next turn making Zeus and crashing the Trident so he doesn't threaten it with Pankratops. Threaten the Zeus with Pankratops.
I see. That's pretty hard to. That takes a lot of discipline to not pop a card your opponent controls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
I was like, I considered it, but my hand's not that bad.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, look what you drew. This card is kind of the nuts in this matchup. So
yeah, kind of auto wins.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens here.
It's a lot of thinking.
Important matches.
Just 2 sets, and I know this guy's a respectable player, so I have to consider all things.
So here's the Ram. The Chakanine. So I assume, what, does he fire the Ice Dragons here? Okay, so yes, he does fire
he fires it, and I'm like, oh, this is bad.
It's okay, at least you have a Ram still on.
Yeah,
but he gets rid of your Dragon.
This is where I was like, oh man, if I just kept this Oviraptor alive, I just make Zeus, and I don't have to worry about the Pankratops in his hand.
Right, because you know he has it, because he searched it here.
Yeah.
But
attack.
Yeah, not much you can do about it at this point. So
making Zeus set Ice Dragons. Pass. So top deck's a DD Crow, which will be important later. Goes for the miss. And I'm just like, alright, I will Lancia here. And he doesn't commit very much to the board. Because he can't do very much under Lancia.
I see.
So I opt not to use Zeus because I know Ice Dragon's Prison is very important in this matchup.
I see. So you're trying to get some value out of this Ice Dragons for the Zeus. Okay.
So I force out the Pankratops.
Okay, I see. Now you're. I guess if it targets Zeus at this point, you're just not going to activate it. Is what you're basically saying.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happens.
I mean, yeah, I think it's good play from both of you guys. He sort of has to target the Zeus. I mean, he could target the background, but that doesn't really help him.
He still has to worry about Zeus.
Yeah, then he still has to worry about Zeus. And he's taking a boatload of damage if he doesn't do that.
Yeah. So that set card I thought was an Ice Dragon's Prison. And that's why I made a Drill Driver.
To have immediately. A machine. Interesting.
Instead of Tiger Mortaring. And I was really hoping that he didn't notice that both Drill Driver and Zeus were machines. So that's why I did this play.
I see. Very interesting.
Because
Very
I was like,
interesting.
okay, so he knows all Zoodiacs are Beast Warriors, but does he know that Drill Driver and Zeus are both machines?
That's very interesting because this sort of could maybe be a beast, but it does look like a
Or
machine
an
if you look
insect.
closely. Yeah, or an insect. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, an insect, but it does look like a machine if you look
So I was
closer.
like, really hoping. He
Okay,
normal summons his OB, and I'm like, oh, we're in trouble now.
so you decide not to Ash here, or you're saying for the Ash for the Miso? Is that the idea?
Just ask Ash the Misso.
Okay, there's a
He has
good.
another Misco in hand, and that Ash is doing nothing.
That's true. Okay, so here he goes. We're seeing what he
Yeah.
gets here. A lot of thinking going on, but he does get the Miso. Okay,
Yeah. And then
here comes
he
the
activates his
Miso
Misk, and I go Ash. Because
to.
you Ash, and he doesn't have an extra summon.
Right, it's very important. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Gonna fast forward to the next. He goes for another miss. Oh, he goes for the misso again.
Yeah, and I'm just
But
like,
now
Ice
you hit him with
Dragons.
the ice dragon. That's all three missos gone at this point.
That's all 3 missiles, so now I'm at a huge advantage against him.
I see, and he can't even summon this UCT in his hand. That's really tough for him.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
now
you see
you're in
how
a really good
important
spot.
Ice Dragons is in
Wow,
this
yeah,
matchup,
it's really, really
and
good.
how important Ash is, and that's why I play it over other polarizing hand traps, because you need it for this matchup.
I see.
Even though Ash is just decent against Dragon, it's not that good against Dragon Link or Inferno Balls, but against dinosaurs, it's pretty good.
I see. All right, so let's see. Let's see what happens here. You are now in a really good spot. From what I thought you were in a bad spot, now you're in a pretty good spot here.
Yeah, so I spend a lot of time thinking here because I think that back row is Ice Dragon's prison, as I said earlier.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just thinking, how do I outplay the Ice Dragons?
All right,
So you
so
can
let's see.
fast forward this.
Okay, so you decide to go for a Tiger Mortar to attach.
Yeah, to attach the Thorough Blade. And
Okay.
then him allowing me to do that was his misplay. Because he should have DD crowed the Tiger Mortar effect.
I see. To stop some extra
Yeah.
damage, because now you just have lethal on board. So
Yeah,
now
this is exactly lethal. If he
okay.
doesn't imperm.
So
It forced him to use the imperm.
so he does have the imperm. So now you know that there's no ice dragons, which
Yeah.
now you can feel better about.
Yeah. Making Zeus.
Yeah.
And not worrying.
Okay.
So the writing is on the wall here. He's fresh out of Misks.
Yeah. So that's what I noticed is even though he top decks the Oviraptor here, there's not much he can do because what is he going to search at this point?
Exactly.
There's almost nothing actually, unfortunately for him.
Let's see. He could search for a baby still, but he didn't do that.
Yeah, he can search for baby, but then he can't really
But he can't
do anything with
he
it.
still can't make ECT.
Yeah, so like he just dumps a baby so that he can get UCT out.
And I'm just going to activate Zeus at the start of the battle phase.
I see.
Just in case that thing activated, because I wasn't too sure if it activated on declaration or in the damage step. I reread it after and it's in the damage step, but just to be safe, start step of battle phase is always not bad.
Okay, and then yeah, at this point everything gets wiped, and then you can just switch your guy into attack mode and attack him, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know he has nothing else.
Well, okay. Well, thanks for this tutorial, Bailey, on how to play Zoodiac. I think one thing that I learned, and maybe a lot of my viewers can learn, is how much safer you play than me with this deck. I think and it does help you in the long run. I feel like to get good results.
Yeah. This shows how important it is to get rid of all 3 discs when you're playing Zoodiac into dinos. And if you can do that, you most likely win once you get out your Zeus again.
Right. They just have no more pressure anymore. It seems like.
Yeah, because your Zeus can just roam free.
Roam free. Okay. Well, thank you, Bailey, for this tutorial. I hope that my viewers enjoy this one. I know Zoodiac is really popular right now. A lot of people are hoping to pick up the deck, so I think this will actually be really useful. I guess a quick thank you to Franco as well for being our test duel in this. He's I've heard he's pretty good, so thank you, Franco.
Yes,
Um,
Franco Persano is a very good dinosaur player. Actually, top aided one of the recent LCSs,
oh wow,
the
okay,
Luxury Gaming Championships. So
okay. Well,
he's a known good player.
I guess before we go, I have to ask you, Bailey, if you have any shout outs. So yeah, here's your chance. Here's your chance. Shout them out.
All right, so I want to shout out Luke Canelli for hosting this tournament on Dragon Rider Games, the Yu-Gi-Oh group for tournaments. If you guys want to join in on these dueling book tournaments or EDO Pro or Dueling Nexus, he has a group that allows us all to play in these sort of tournaments, which brought you guys this tournament and these videos and this deck profile. And I want to shout out my friends and Lawrence Tung. He kind of helped me throughout this entire tournament, hyping me up and everything. And my girlfriend for supporting me through uh, my games and stuff.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for coming on, Bailey. I appreciate it.
Thank you.